Hey everybody, welcome to the show. You know where you are, the 9 at 9 with me, Tigo. And if you're sitting there right now, you know we're about to talk about finance because our VIP expert, Arleen Garza, is here. And today we're going to talk about building your financial tribe. Yeah, so sit right there. We'll be right back.
The Power of Pink Summit and the Now Honors. Has moved to the downtown Las Vegas area in the famous Fremont district, bringing the most brilliant and talented women in the world. To one stage in one place, where their power will be captured for the world to see. And it is hosted by the one and only Teresa Tigo Guy. We present to you Now Honors 2023.
Arleen Garza is here. We're going to talk about building your financial tribe because I know sometimes I want to invest in things or I'm looking for an investor. And how the heck do you pick the right partner? You know what you do? You do what I do. You call Arleen. Arleen, are you out there?
I am here, Tigo. I'm so glad to be with you today. Talking money. I'm money.
Yeah, you're the queen of money. And I want to know, when people come to me and say, hey, I've got the next greatest investment ever, in a widget or something, or we have things that we bring investors in. How do you build that trust and know who to invest with or who you should invest with?
I think that's a great question and one that we talk to people about all the time. Specifically, we're in real estate, multifamily apartments is what we invest in. And I tell people, even before we started, was you got to identify 3 to 4 groups or people that you want to invest with. And then you got to do a lot of research. It's not just the first presentation you hear. You want to hear several. So, if I were to show you something, Tigo, today on this great deal in San Antonio, Texas, I would expect 1, for you to ask a lot of questions, and 2, for you to say, let me watch how this one works. I may get into your next one, but I kind of want to see how it works. Most people would tell you, jump right in. I'm telling you, no, do your homework. So part of vetting your partners is ask them, how long have you been doing this? If it's less than a year, you may want to think twice about jumping in right then, and you may want to wait till they've got a little more time built into the business. And so that's important. How long have you been doing this? And we've had people ask us, have you had a deal that wasn't perfect? What happened and how did you make sure that your investors ended up okay? And we'll share an example of a property we bought that had a chiller. It's a lot of detail I won't go into here, but expenses were higher. Now, everybody came out just fine. They made money on the deal, but that was one that we had to learn more about. It took a little more time. So ask them, what's your worst deal? And what was the problem and how did you navigate your way through that? So that's important. References. We are asked all the time for references from our current investors that have worked with us, not just on one transaction, but 3 to 5 transactions. They've been with us long enough that they've invested in different things and they know how we operate. They know how things work. And in our case, who manages the operational side of the house? Who's involved? Who's taking care of the money, that investment from the beginning to the end? That's why we started a management company, because we wanted to know every day what was happening at those properties. Are the residents being taken care of? Is the repairs, are those being done? Is our team strong enough to take care of that? So I think those are key things. to ask an investment partner is, tell me who you've worked with. Can I talk to them? And then,
so when you're doing an investment, right?
right.
There's all different kinds of investments. There's being an angel investor. There's, actually equity stakes. It's like there's so many different levels. How do you understand? Because like you said to me off air, they didn't teach this stuff in school. So
Yeah.
how do you understand? Do you go to someone like you and say, hey, I've got this opportunity that's been presented to me. Can you help me, dig into it and make sure it's something I want to be involved in? What expert do you call to help you with that?
Yeah, you can. And it depends. If you're investing in oil and gas, you want to talk to 2 or 3 different oil and gas investments companies. What are they saying are the key metrics? What do you need to be asking? Because sometimes you don't even know what to ask. And I will tell you, the internet is fantastic. There are blogs, there are podcasts, there is so much information out there that you need to start digesting it a little at a time, and then contact the companies that are doing that and ask them a bunch of questions that you come up with from your own research. And sometimes you may not even know what to ask. So you just want to have a conversation with them. And you may want to say, I am a new investor. As a new investor, what are some of the things that I should understand about the risks of this investment? The rewards are fantastic too to know, but what are the risks? What could happen to my money? How could I lose my money if something went wrong? What does that look like? Because then you kind of know what to ask the next person you talk to. And as I said, talk to 3 or 4 of them. Don't just get into your first one that you see come across.
So what about someone who says, I've got $10,000. They don't have 100,000 or $1 million or anything like that. They just want to, start learning about investing, and they've got $10,000 and they're not putting it anywhere because they think it's not enough money to get started. How much money do you have to just get started in investing in your future?
I think in most cases you can start with $3,000 to $5,000, but you may want to start with something where the minimum investment is on the lower end, and you want to have a goal-based plan. You want to say, okay, if I'm going to put in this 3,000, at what point will that become 5 or 6 or 10? And then how do I keep reinvesting it into the next thing? It may be something different. Or you may take, when that 3,000 grows to 6,000, you may take the other 3 and invest them in a different property or in a different type of investment. So you're diversifying your investments. Not everything is in one basket, as we all like to say. Never put all your eggs in one basket. And so you may start with, stocks or bonds, and then move into real estate and oil and gas or some of the other options out there. But find something that is not too difficult to understand your first go around, and the minimum investment fits that, but yet they show you in their analysis how your money will grow and over what period of time. So that's
awesome. That's awesome. So before we get out of here, because Alan just threw up the 2-minute warning. I swear his clock is fast. If somebody, I know they're watching, they've heard you say, a couple of times, you're our VIP expert, and they're saying, okay, how much investment money do I need to be able to invest in real estate with Arleen? What do I need? How do I get started with you? So what's the minimum investment if they want to do multi-door, quote unquote, units and invest in real estate?
Sure. Each transaction is different, but typically it can range anywhere from 25 to 50 to 75,000 minimums. So it's just a matter of where are you in growing that money to be able to invest that, and understand that real estate's long-term. So it's going to be in there 3 to 5 years before it's going to turn again and make money for you. So make sure that you don't need those dollars for an emergency. Make sure you've got extra funds to be able to invest. But there are different levels. I can tell you there's a gentleman in the industry that will take, 3,000, 5,000. He puts it in a big fund, and you invest in a fund, but you don't really know what properties you're buying. So Ask a lot of questions. Yes.
Okay. Before we get cut off, because you see the 1 minute warning, how do they get in touch with you?
They can reach me by emailing me at invest@reepequity.com, and that's REEPEQUITY.com, reepequity.com.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me, my friend. I can't wait to see what we talk about next month. You're amazing.
Thank you. I love being on here with you, Tigo.
That is awesome. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, you know what to do. If you didn't write it down, if you're driving, if you're going, oh my God, I didn't catch it, don't send me an email. Go to tigodirect.com, type in her name, type in real estate, type in investment. She's coming up. Reach out to her and say, hey, I heard you. I saw you on Expert Talk, and I want to invest in real estate, or I want to know more about investment. She's our VIP expert. So reach out to her and she'll be glad to help you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You know I want you to come back next time. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.